Ok, yo, a ver, el cuadro que tienes con cuadrículo, el otro, la hoja que tienes. Tienes que encontrar esa figura, ¿no? Ajá, tres de una figura.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We have a very interesting episode planned for you guys today. You guys are in the chat, let us know. Pierre, can I go full screen?
Yeah, we're good.
No, porque tienes 8 piezas.
What's up, Willie?
Las cuales están coloreadas, es que no se llega a ver bien. Es que las van en blanco, ¿no?
Man.
Ajá, porque entonces ahí estás teniendo un entero. Ahí tienes 2 enteros. Es que no, o sea, ya no tiene ninguna similitud con otras, por ejemplo, la de...
What's up, Lee? Al, what's going on?
5 sobre 10. Esa puede quedar con la de 2.5.
Give it a few minutes here.
Porque esto es 50. Cuando lo pasas tú a números enteros, esa es 50. Puede que sea la de 8 cuartos. Porque... Sí, puede que sea eso. Sí, porque los demás son 2. Pues la 8. Ajá.
All right, Leon, I think we got started.
Oh, yeah, sí.
Welcome, guys. Views from the Vault, episode 21. This is international episode planned for you guys today. It's Mexican Independence Day. We have Clinker Miguel in the house. We're going to go under the cap with him. But yeah, let's take it away, Pierre.
Well, hello, everyone. This is going to be an interesting show because I don't speak any Spanish, and my friends here don't speak any English really. So it looks like, you know, we've had to enlist the expertise of Hayes, because Hayes the translator, we're going to call him today. That's like his superhero name. But I thought it would be great to kind of get to know first Miguel Siock, who's created some really cool clink room designs. Listen, some stuff that first of all, an animal that I've never seen before. I mean, we're going to get to Leon's animal expertise pretty soon, because Leon, I'm sure, as always, he's an animal lover. He's probably researched in depth this cute little animal. So I'm sure Leon has some facts he's going to wow us with later. But what I wanted to do is just take a little time to first get to know Miguel. And then we're going to get to know a little bit more about his crew and what they want to do, but also have these guys show us some of their favorite hats, because I can tell from the background that there's probably some stuff back there that many of us may not have seen, or if we have seen it, we want it. So let's get started here. So Hayes, I'd love it if we asked Miguel first, what got him into design?
Miguel, ¿quieres saber cómo comenzaste o por qué comenzaste en diseño? ¿Qué te gustó en cuanto al diseño de gorras?
En cuestión de diseño, ¿qué tal, Chen? ¿Qué tal, Pierre? Un gusto la invitación.
Thank you so much. Hi, Pierre. Hi, Leon. Thanks for the invitation.
Hi, bro.
Hola, Jason.
Se me olvidó su nombre. Principalmente el motivo principal fue el ver los diseños a un nivel internacional. Yo empecé viendo diseños de Hat Club.
So it all started with international designs. I started seeing designs on Hat Club.
Hat Club fue a partir de ahí empecé a ver diseños de Dionic. Dionic para mí es como un pilar máximo a nivel internacional en cuestión de diseños en gorras.
So from there on, I started seeing Dionic in his designs. Dionic, he's at a higher level of designs when it comes to hats, at least for me.
Ahí fue cuando yo hacía diseños, pero fue por la carrera que actualmente estoy estudiando.
That's where I started making designs, but that's because of my own career, a professional career that I'm designing or working on design.
Me contactó un bro en Instagram, saludos, se llama S. Orihuela, es un colega igual de allá de Estados Unidos y él me invitó, me dijo que si podía subir mis diseños a Clean Room y ahí fue cuando contacté a Erin y de ahí empecé a subir, fue el parteaguas para Clean Room, fue Lil Ashelotl, que fue un éxito.
So then S.A. Aruela contacted me from the U.S. actually, he's a fellow collector in the U.S. and he said, "Hey man, you got some cool designs. You should just submit those to the Clink Room." So then that's where the axolotl came into mind first.
The axolotl. So let me ask, what wins in a battle, the axolotl or one of Dionic's octosluggers?
Okay, entonces
Who wins in a fight?
Te va a preguntar, ¿quién gana en una pelea? ¿Tu axolotl o uno de los animales de Dionic?
Es gracioso porque digamos que el Axolotl salió pues así simplemente, ¿no? Un día estaba divagando ahí en mis ratos de ocio y empecé como que a bocetear porque quise entrar a Clean Room con algo que destacara al país principalmente pues a mi crew, a los Crazy for My Caps como expositores.
That's funny that you say that actually, because the axolotl came to mind as something that was unique to the country, something that I think would win in any kind of fight, and obviously into the Clink Room design. Pero la pregunta era, but the question was, ¿quién ganaría? ¿Tu animal o el de Dionic?
Obvio, mi animal.
Obviously my animal, my axolotl.
Nice. I like that. I like that answer. I like the octoslugger, but the axolotl, is that how you pronounce this?
Axolotl.
Axolotl. So you're teaching me now. You're teaching me. So if we could, I want Leon. Leon has been studying up on this animal. So resident animal expert Leon, I would really enjoy it if you could bless us with one fact about this animal. And then we'll have we want to see if they're up to speed on their animal knowledge as well. Let's make sure. Let's see if the stars align here.
Well, if you were to do a battle between an octopus and an axolotl, the axolotl is at a distinct disadvantage because it has no teeth. Its primary way of eating is through suction, so it'd be very hard for it to beat the octopus, which has a beak.
Which has a beak? No, does an octopus have a beak?
Mm-hmm.
I think a squid has a beak.
Does an octopus have a beak? I'm not sure.
No, man, they got a mouth underneath all that shit,
Okay.
right?
Well, whatever. It's definitely got, more vicious things
But Leon, listen, I think when the tentacles kind of expand, like the mouth of the octopus is there.
Yeah, but I mean, like if the axolotl was getting hurt, it does have regenerative powers. So.
Regenerative powers.
Superpowers.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. All right.
So, obviamente están hablando del axolotl que pelearía contra el pulpo y el pulpo tiene una mandíbula, pero estaba diciendo que él no tiene una mandíbula para masticar al axolotl. Entonces, pero el axolotl tiene el poder de regenerar.
Regeneración.
Yeah,
you know what's interesting? Leon kind of fucked that up.
Que la mió.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
So I want you to, Hayes, we're really testing your Spanish abilities here, right? Because regenerative powers is not. I wouldn't imagine that to be a common word.
No, it's not. Regeneración. So poderes de regeneración. That's easy. I can do that.
But can I ask a question too? I want to ask before we move on, because it's very important to understand if they have the same level of knowledge that Leon does, because Leon is a genius in the animal kingdom. Do they know that monarch butterflies are poisonous?
Pregunta a Miguel. ¿Sabes que las mariposas monarcas son venenosas?
No, es un dato curioso.
That's a curious fact.
Well, I'm
Okay.
happy that we've taught him that
Bueno,
today.
me da gusto que te podamos enseñar eso, entonces, dice.
So
Uh,
just so
Octopus do have teeth. They don't have the beak. So I
they
stand.
don't have a beak. A squid has a beak.
Yeah.
And a bird
pulpo
has a
tiene
beak.
dientes, pero no tiene una mandíbula, dice.
No, a poisonous butterfly is a good inspiration for design.
It is.
Jason dice que una mariposa venenosa es un buen diseño, una buena idea para un diseño.
Lo tomaré en cuenta para el siguiente diseño para Clean. Hay que tomarlo en cuenta.
I'll take that into consideration for my next design for the Clinker room.
Nice. Well,
Thanks.
yeah. So we got kind of have an understanding. So I want to go back a little bit. So when he was younger, right? I'd like to know, was Miguel into anything artistic?
Pregunta que
So
cuando
like a
estamos-
lot of people, hey, just one more thing, right?
Sure,
So
sure.
like a lot of people get into like comic books, things like that, and that kind of like gets them to the place of creating and drawing and whatnot. I'd love to know what his inspiration was.
La pregunta que tiene Pierre para ti, Miguel, es que cuando estabas joven, ¿cuál era tu inspiración? De los libros cómicos, de cómics, ¿cuál fue lo que te inspiró cuando estabas chavo?
Mi mayor inspiración, bueno, cuando yo era joven, hace unos 5 años, yo hacía graffiti. Me gusta mucho el graffiti. En general, no sé, algunos referentes máximos que yo tengo ya de Estados Unidos, Futura 2000, el máximo exponente para mí es Futura 2000. De ahí empecé a conocer a Banksy, varios exponentes que metían creatividad, e incluso en México ahí empecé a ver muralistas como Sanner. Sanner destaca sobre el nivel internacional la cultura prehispánica, culturas prehispánicas con la actualidad.
Sander dijiste, no escuché el nombre, perdón.
Sanner, correcto, Sanner.
Sander. Okay, déjame traducir. Entonces, so he said that when he was younger, 5 years ago, when he was younger, he started with a lot of graffiti. Graffiti was his source of inspiration.
Nice.
He started with Futura 2000, that's the name that he used, and then Banksy. Banksy was another one. Another one that he mentioned was Sander in Mexico for murals. He's a very famous, world known as a muralist. And his designs are worldwide known.
Wow. So can you ask him what's making his dog so angry?
Pregunta por qué está tan enojado tu perrito.
Es que hay veces que entran, bueno, por aquí pasan desconocidos y es muy territorial.
He's a very territorial dog, so strangers walk by my house and he barks.
I thought it was an axolotl walking by and he smelled it.
Dice que a lo mejor pensó que había visto o olido un axolotl.
Un ajolote.
Un axolote.
Cool. So that's where we got into design. So I'd love if we could, Leon, if you could pull up some of the images, because I'd like to understand more about how we got to this creative place, because some of this stuff is super cool. So Hayes, I'd love to understand more about, what went into the creation of these designs.
¿Qué quieres saber? ¿De dónde sacaste lo que te gusta de estos diseños? Ahorita el día va a mostrar los diseños y quiere que hables acerca un poco de dónde sacaste la idea.
Claro que sí.
Okay, of course.
Bien. Lil Axolotl fue una creación, como ya se los había mencionado, quise para entrar a Clinker Room, quise entrar con algo que destacara al país y con una especie que a nivel nacional se encuentra en peligro de extinción.
Okay, so I wanted to start the Clinker Room, enter the Clinker Room with an animal that would represent the country, Mexico, and also with an animal that's actually on the extinction list in our national extinction list.
Wow.
Un poco de mención. Si se dan cuenta, en el Axolotl viene un casco. Es una referencia al dios Tlaloc.
Okay, as you guys can see, there he has a helmet on, and it's a reference to Tlaloc, which is one of the gods in Aztec mythology.
Oh, that's cool.
I like the one on the top left a lot.
Dice que le gusta mucho la imagen de la izquierda.
Sí, de hecho ese iba a ser el primero, esa fue la primera propuesta. Esta referencia tiene más alusión al casco de Cuauhtémoc.
So actually, as a matter of fact, that was going to be my first submission. That one has more of a helmet more towards the god Cuauhtémoc, which is a different god.
That's really cool. So it's an animal that was on the extinction list, right?
¿Es un animal que estaba o está en la lista de extinción?
Está en la lista de animales por extinguirse.
It's currently on the list still.
Wow. Okay. And then there's cultural significance to the headwear.
Y también tiene significancia cultural en cuanto a su gorra, su casco que trae, ¿verdad?
Sí, es igual. Los dos, bueno, quise hacerle un diseño que identificara que desde años prehispánicos, desde tiempos prehispánicos, este animal ha sido muy bendecido, lo consideran así.
So I wanted to represent something that would date back to prehistoric times or pre-Spanish times, I should say. Something that the animal has been around for prehistoric times, actually. The animal itself has been around for a long, long time.
Wow. So this is really cool. So I had a chance to kind of watch some of the commentary in both Instagram, but specifically on Facebook. And a lot of other Mexican folks that were responding really connected to this. So I'd love to have him explain kind of how this connected with other Mexican people.
Entonces él se dio cuenta en tus feeds de Instagram y Facebook, muchos de los comentarios de la patria, de los mexicanos, en cuanto a tu diseño. Entonces le gustaría escuchar a Pierre acerca de los comentarios que tú recibiste de la población mexicana.
Pues de hecho todos mis amigos y coleccionistas del grupo de Hat Nation MX, un saludo a todos. Lo recibieron muy bien. De hecho, en su mayoría nos consideraron para hacer el pedido masivo. Hicimos un pedido masivo de Lil Axolot porque, pues a decir verdad, fue un éxito aquí con los coleccionistas y amigos mexicanos.
As a matter of fact, actually, I got a lot of friends and a lot of collectionists who reached out to me and said they were pretty stoked about the design. We actually made a big bulk order so we can get the Clinker Room design down here when we submitted the order. I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people were very proud of the design, and it's one of those things that I'm proud of.
Nice. So let's move to the next one. So this one, I hate to use the word cute, right? Because that's a cute little animal. I mean, Leon was tickled pink when he saw that animal. But now you go to the other end of the spectrum and you got a creature that looks like it's about to fuck shit up, right?
Y ahora vamos, el último animal estaba lindo, se veía bonito, ¿verdad? Bien lindo, hasta a Leon le gustó la palabra, hizo la palabra cute. Pero ahora vamos a hablar acerca de este animal que está al otro lado del extremo.
I hope you translated the Leon was tickled pink part.
Oh, me preguntó que si traducí lo que a Leon le gustó. But that doesn't translate because that's an idiom, but si a Leon le gustó eso y le dio cosquillitas rosadas.
Find something that you don't have to be exact. I get it.
Oh no, I know, but trust me, they got it.
They got it. All right. So Leon was excited. You know, he was really love that cute little animal. Now you got this one. So tell us, this is iconic to Clinker Room, right? The gorilla. So
háblanos acerca de este gorila, porque el Clinker Room es algo que lo representa el Clinker Room. Entonces puedes hablar acerca de esto, ¿verdad?
Prácticamente pues tomamos la mascota oficial de Clinker Room y le dimos un toque mexicano. En este diseño me apoyó mi amigo Gustavo Merino, se encuentra aquí. Él me ayudó a darle algunas ideas profundas para hacer de Aztec Kong un guerrero águila.
Okay, so yeah, obviously we know that the Clinker Room's mascot is the gorilla, and we wanted to add a little taste of Mexico. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Gustavo Merino, who actually was the one that helped me and give me tips on how to add and modify and include both the Mexican culture and the Clinker Room's mascot. Yeah.
Well, excellent job to Gustavo as well, because this looks good. This looks really good.
Trabajo excelente para Gustavo también.
So what I'd like to know, though, Hayes, in relation to this, right, is I'd love to know, this looks different than the first initial Monday morning crits version. So I'd love to hear, especially considering there's a language barrier, right? So I'd love to understand how the collaboration worked between Miguel and Casey at Clinker Room to kind of get to the final product here that we see in front of us.
Entonces, obviamente sabemos que fue diferente la versión del lunes, que se le llama los Mondays, a la versión final, ¿verdad? A Pierre le gustaría saber cómo tú llegaste hablando con Casey de Clinker Room para poder modificar tu diseño original del lunes a esta versión final?
Sí, de hecho, fue un cambio casi muy drástico. Lo que pasa es, principalmente creo que llegamos a la conclusión, ya cuando lo habíamos terminado, que eran los detalles. Tenía mucho detalle.
Perdón. As a matter of fact, it was a very drastic difference. One of the things that we focused on were the details of the design.
Yeah.
Es correcto. Tenía muchos detalles y me contactaron los de Clink para que les hicieran las modificaciones pertinentes, puesto que por cuestiones de costura y, pues sí, los detalles, valga la redundancia, iba a salir afectado como el diseño al momento de la impresión.
So yeah, as a matter of fact, the Clinker contacted me directly and said, yeah, you know what, we need to work on the details because when it comes to the stitching, to the actual stitching of the hat, those details are going to get lost. We're not going to be able to see the fine stitching on it.
That's the first thing that Leon, myself, I think John Ramirez of Ink Park said when we first saw it, that this wasn't going to embroider. This was going to be too tough to embroider. You know, that was our first take on it too.
Esa fue nuestra primera impresión también de Leon y de yo cuando vimos la original, porque pensamos, no, pues va a estar difícil poder hacerte todos, mostrar esos detalles en la gorra, en la versión final.
Es correcto, sí, de hecho, igual cuando ya lo subimos a Instagram, sí fue lo que dijimos, hay que empezar a hacer los diseños a futuro con menos detalle, pero obviamente con el mismo objetivo que es demostrar y enseñar lo que es México.
Actually, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what we did when we uploaded the picture to Instagram at first. We realized, you know what, if we want to showcase the Mexican culture, we need to minimize some of those details and make it broader, show it off better in a better version than just those little details in the first initial submission.
Yeah, and it's got those classic Mexican colors. So I mean, this thing ended up really, really, really cool. I love this, and great job to both Miguel and Gustavo who stepped in to kind of help out. So great design.
Buen trabajo para Miguel y Gustavo que ustedes dos hicieron y diseñaron este diseño. Se ve muy bien. Dice que le gustan los colores mexicanos también que muestran obviamente el tricolor.
So I like to kind of get to know people as we go along, right? Hey, so I've got two questions. First, yesterday this morning at 12:05 a.m., I would like to know what each of these gentlemen was drinking.
Ok, entonces a Pierre le gustaría conocerlos un poco más y quiere saber que esta mañana, bueno, iba a decir ayer, pero dijo esta mañana a las 12:05 de la mañana, ¿qué estaban tomando cada uno de ustedes?
And Mike Mack looks like he might be underage, so I mean, I just want to make sure that he looks like he may be underage.
Y Mike Mack, parece que te ves jovencito, dice que a lo mejor estás bajo de edad que de tomar.
No, el más joven soy yo.
The youngest is me, actually, he says.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay, so Miguel had some apple juice. Now, what did the other guys have?
Okay, entonces Miguel tomó jugo de manzana nada más. ¿Qué tomaron los demás?
Miguel es el chico bueno del equipo. Ya los demás estamos un poquito más en bebidas para adultos.
So Miguel is the youngest one of the group. All of us, all the rest of us are a little older. We can drink adult beverages.
Nice.
A ver, pues, ¿qué tomaron? Vamos a empezar con Miguel Mack. Okay, let's start. Miguel Mack, ¿qué tomaste?
Aquí, típico de México, unas cervezas y unos caballitos de tequila.
So typical of Mexico, a couple beers and some shots of tequila.
Yeah, I mixed those two once and I almost died.
Yo mezclé esos dos y casi me morí un día.
hace falta
I'm a lightweight, though. I'm a lightweight. Who else? Did we get everybody in case?
¿Quién sigue? No. Who's next? Gustavo Merino, ¿qué tomaste ayer a las 12:05 de la mañana?
Tequila y cerveza, igual lo mismo, como todo buen mexicano.
Beer and tequila, like every other good Mexican.
All right. Well,
What kind of beer?
¿Qué tipo de cerveza?
Corona.
Oh, Corona. Okay.
Okay.
Jason Mead likes Natty Light.
Yeah, Jason Mead.
It's all Busch Latte here in Iowa.
Dice que en Iowa es puro leve la chela.
So I've got one question. I've got a question for Gustavo. Okay. I would like to know, because Leon's a big dude. Who would win in a cage match, Leon or this gorilla?
Gustavo, una pregunta para ti, porque Leon es un muchacho grandote. Pregunta, ¿quién ganaría en una pelea, en una lucha, Leon o el gorila de la gorra?
El Aztec Kong ganaría Aztec Kong.
Aztec Kong would
I
win.
need a translator. on
Leon
that.
doesn't even need that. Leon doesn't even need that translated. But all right. So we're going before we move to the next one, I want to kind of set it up. Okay. So if this Aztec Kong, right, banged cotton candy, like had sex with cotton candy, this is what would happen. Leon, bring it up.
Dice que si este gorila tenía sexo con un cotton candy, esto es lo que saldría.
We have cotton candy monkey guy. So tell us about this one, because this one goes completely different, right? So this is in a whole different place, but this is cool too. The colorway is cool. This is different. Tell us about this design.
A ver, dinos acerca de este diseño, porque sabemos que obviamente se va al otro lado, ¿verdad? Los colores son diferentes y únicos. A ver.
Es un cambio drástico.
Drastic change.
Este diseño salió a las 4, a las 5 de la mañana el día de hoy. Fue lo más reciente.
So this design came out at 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. It's the most recent design I've done.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sí, me di cuenta.
This is what happens when you have a lot of tequila and cerveza, right?
Esto es lo que pasa cuando tienes mucha tequila y mucha cerveza.
You guys are probably sitting in a circle and you said, you know what happened if Aztec Kong fucked some cotton candy? This is what will come out.
Dice, estaban todos ahí borrachillos y dicen, ¿qué pasaría si un Kong se echa un por acá con el cotton candy? Esto es lo que pasó, ¿verdad?
Después de 10 tragos de 10 vasos de pulque.
So after 10 glasses of pulque is it's a different kind of Mexican drink. We can go into detail about that. As the name of it is pulque.
Okay, cool. So we got a good look at this stuff, right? So what I'd like to do now, if we could, is I'd like to talk a little bit, if we could, about the rest of the group. So I know they roll deep and they sit in circles and create some really weird shit, because this is weird shit right here, right? But I love it, but this is crazy shit. So I'd love to know more about this group and what they're looking to do together as a group. So if we could have Miguel perhaps briefly introduce each one of the folks that are here with him.
Ok, Miguel, entonces sabemos que su grupo es un poquito loquillo, ¿verdad? Salieron con esa idea. Pero Miguel, le gustaría que nos contarías cuál es la meta, en qué se están enfocando ustedes como grupo. Y aquí tenemos una foto.
Sí, claro. De hecho, esta foto fue reciente. La tomamos ahí en Teotihuacán. Ahí en Teotihuacán fue la foto.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, this is actually a recent picture. We took this picture, all of us, in Teotihuacán, which is the Aztec capital of the world. La capital de los aztecas, ¿verdad? Teotihuacán.
Correcto.
Yeah, correct. That's correct.
Yo entré aquí a Crazy for My Caps por la invitación de Gustavo Merino. Ahí conocí a Gres, se encuentra Gres, y a Mike Mack. Ellos son los fundadores originales de este crew. Y después de eso empezamos a sacar productos, y queremos empezar a sacar productos que sean como que a nivel internacional, que seamos reconocidos, no solo por ser diseñadores en Clean, sino que tengamos una capacidad exponencial de que nuestros diseños sean propios, fabricados por nosotros.
So actually, I got invited by Gustavo to Crazy for My Caps group, created by Mike Mack and Gress. We all got together, and one of our goals is to be recognized internationally for our designs, not only for the Clink Room designs, but also for our own personal designs and our own personal taste in the Mexican international culture. Perfecto.
Sí, perdón. De hecho, Mike, creo que muchos allá de su país vecino, Estados Unidos, ya algunos lo conocen por algunos pines que ha hecho. Ahorita ha tenido buena demanda, y de hecho una colaboración que hicimos él y yo se encuentra aquí, que es este Skull Prehispanic con el casco de Quetzalcóatl. Allá en Estados Unidos fue muy bien recibido.
As a matter of fact, Mike, a lot of you guys know Mike Mack already. He has a pin company already, and a lot of people from the U.S. have reached out to him about his pins. He was just showing. Muéstralo otra vez, por favor. El pin. As a matter of fact, this is one of the ones that we worked on together. It's a prehistoric skull with another helmet of Quetzalcoatl.
Hey, Has, I do have a slight problem with these two pictures, and maybe one of them can explain what's going on. Notice that on the top row, second from the right, in the pictures, the two caps are like swapped, but all the other hats are the same. Can you ask him what happened there?
Pregunta qué pasó con las fotos en la you talking about the picture up top, the top
Yeah,
picture.
there's a picture up top and then the one on the bottom. There's two caps that are swapped.
Pregunta qué pasó con las gorras. Parece que la foto de arriba y la foto de abajo cambiaron las gorras. ¿Por qué cambiaron las gorras? Dice, pregunta Jason.
No,
¿Sí ven?
yo creo que es como la posición.
I think it was the position of the picture, he says.
Algunas se ven así medio. Es por el enfoque.
It could have been because of the focus of the picture too.
So I think just so everyone's aware, Jason loves to play those games where something's out of place and he has to find what's different between two different pictures.
Absolutely.
It's his favorite Sunday morning activity. When
Sunday morning, like all mornings.
He has his morning coffee and a cup and a blueberry muffin, and he does one of those puzzles every Sunday morning. So.
Para que sepan, a Jason le gusta encontrar las diferencias entre dos fotos. Dice que una de las cosas que le gusta es tomarse su cafecito los domingos por la mañana y jugar un juego. Pero dice Jason que no nomás los domingos, que todos los días. A él le gusta todos los días hacer ese juego. Entonces, por eso preguntó la diferencia entre las dos fotos y por qué hay diferencia.
How much tequila was drank before this picture?
Pregunta que cuánto tequila tomaron antes de esta foto.
Íbamos sobrios.
No, we were sober.
Okay. All right. So I was going to ask how many apple juice boxes Miguel ingested before this picture, but I guess we'll leave it at that. They were sober. So hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do this. So I know these guys are hat guys, right? They're hat guys. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to see. I asked all of them to show us their two favorite hats and kind of give us, the quick pitch behind it. So, like, a hat battle without the battle, right? Like, just kind of let's show these puppies off. Let's see what we got, and maybe show some of the folks out there something they haven't seen, or something that really means something to them.
Okay, entonces, como dijimos, a Pierre le gustaría que cada uno de ustedes mostraran sus dos gorras favoritas, algo que a lo mejor nadie haya visto. No una batalla de una hat battle, una batalla de gorras, pero por lo menos enseñar sus dos gorras favoritas y mostrar por qué les gusta y hablar un poquito acerca de ellas, por favor.
Claro, no sé si quiera empezar alguien.
No te escuché, perdón.
Digo, de mis compañeros de Crazy, si quiere empezar alguien mostrando.
Okay, so he's saying, one of you guys.
Empiezo yo si quieren.
Let's go from oldest to youngest.
A ver, entonces, del mayor al menor. Vamos a comenzar con el que tenga más edad al que está más chiquillo.
Gus.
Empiezo yo.
Okay, Gustavo's going to start.
Oh, Gustavo, you're the Pierre of this, right? The old man.
Pierre, el hombre viejo, ¿verdad? De este grupo.
Claro, sí.
Yeah,
el de más sabiduría.
the one with the most knowledge.
First of all, look at that hat he's wearing.
Yeah, a ver, vamos a ver esa gorra que traes puesta, dice Pierre.
Esta es una gorra, es un sample. Solo se hicieron dos gorras. Solo se fabricaron dos gorras y nunca salió a la venta.
It's a sample. There's only 2 hats made and it was never on sale.
Nice.
Esta gorra iba a ser para la Serie del Caribe del 2016.
This is going to be a Serie del Caribe hat for 2016,
pero se cambió a solo una M normal. Este es en representación a Moctezuma.
So this is representation of Moctezuma.
Por el penacho. Este es el penacho de
headdress.
Dude, that's a badass hat, man. Come on. That right there is badass.
Esa gorra está padre, está perrona, ¿eh?
Sí, y la otra que esta es la segunda mejor gorra que se ha fabricado de México, es de Quetzalcoatl. Esta gorra se diseñó para el Mundial de básquetbol, para el equipo mexicano de básquetbol en el 2014.
So this was for the 2014 World Series of Basketball, the World Championship of Basketball.
Es colaboración con una tienda mexicana que es dedicada a productos de básquetbol. Esta es las plumas de Quetzalcóatl.
So it's a collab with a store in Mexico that focuses on basketball products. And those are the feathers of Quetzalcoatl.
Sí, y a mi parecer estas son las dos mejores gorras que se han creado para México.
And for my taste, these are the two best hats that have been created for Mexico.
Those are pretty kick-ass.
Those are badass hats.
Gustavo.
Gustavo. Those are great hats.
Esos
Those
son
are great hats.
gorras
I wouldn't want to show hats after you.
Gracias. Dice que a él no le gustaría mostrar gorras después de ti porque las que tú mostraste están padres.
Gracias.
Thank you.
So now I'm pretty sure Mike Mack is not next.
Estoy seguro que Mike Mack no es el que sigue entonces de dar.
Sí, sigue.
Sí.
Oh, ¿sí? ¿Eres tú?
De hecho,
Oh,
sí.
it is Mike Mack. Yeah, ¿sigues tú?
Sí.
This dude, he's got a new nickname. He's got a new nickname. Hayes, it's Babyface. That's his new nickname.
Tienes un nuevo apodo, Babyface, carita de bebé, te dice.
El de bote.
Thank you, he said. A ver, pues, Mike Mack.
Hey, just so you know, Ray, I just want all the viewers to know, early on, we got on around 8 o'clock, Leon and I, right? 8:15, Mike Mack shows up, and I'm talking to him, and he has no fucking clue what I'm saying, and then just leaves.
Quiero decirle a las personas que están viendo que a las 8:15 te presentaste, Mike Mack, y empezó a hablar contigo, y tú no les entendiste y te fuiste mejor.
No, el micrófono era el que no me ayudó, no servía, entonces era una pequeña prueba.
The microphone didn't work. It was a little test.
Oh, okay. No, he was like, fuck this gringo and his big friend. I'm out of here.
He was the only guy on time, though. He was the only guy on time, though.
Pero para decir, él fue la única persona que llegó a tiempo, así que.
Puntualidad.
On time, punctuality, he says.
He was. So, Mike, show us what you got,
A ver,
man.
Mike, muéstranos lo que tienes.
Mira, esta es una de mis favoritas. Fue del Comité Olímpico, cuando fueron las Olimpiadas de Río. Solamente que esta es la versión de atleta. Los que salieron al público no venían con esta leyenda.
So the ones that came out to the public did not come with this patch on the back. These are only for the athletes.
Y vaya, la cinta, el sudor es una joya con todos los deportes que había.
The sweatband, you can see it's with all the sports that we were participating in.
Wow. So can I ask Mike a question?
Mike, ¿te quieres hacer una pregunta?
Claro.
Go ahead.
So if Jason Mead was an Olympic athlete, what would his sport be?
Si Jason Mead fuera un atleta olímpico, ¿cuál sería su deporte? ¿Qué piensas?
Wow, levantamiento de tarro, tal vez.
¿De tarro? ¿De tarro te refieres a las pesas?
Es el deporte mexicano, levantamiento de tarro, de cerveza.
Okay. So you're talking about the Mexican sport, lifting of the cup. Drinking cup.
Aquí hay puro atleta profesional.
Yeah, we only want professional athletes for us.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like this guy.
Dice que le caes bien, ¿eh?
So, Mike, what's your second hat?
A ver, Mike, tu segunda gorra.
Una versión igual del Comité Olímpico, solamente que este es uno de uno, y este como mi amigo Gus es un sample, que igual nada más este se quedó en uno de uno, no salió.
This one didn't come out at all. It's just a 101 sample that I
igual trae
with Gustavo.
Forro de satín, y igual el detalle de la banda con los...
You can also see the satin lining and the details on the headband.
Where do you acquire a one-of-one sample at?
Dice, pregunta a Jason que de dónde pueden adquirir un sample, un ejemplo 1-1. ¿De dónde?
eBay es buena opción.
eBay is a good option for you.
Cool. So
Okay.
I guess who would be next? Mike, thank you for showing those, Mike.
Gracias, Mike, por mostrarlos.
And I want to give you an extra special thank you for telling me to fuck off earlier when you just checked out without telling me anything.
Y también te quiero dar un gracias especial por haberles dicho adiós, pinches. Cuando saliste en la junta.
I told Leon we're gonna have to come up with another show topic. This guy just fucking took off.
Dice que cuando te fuiste, tuvo que hablar con Liam para decirle, ¿sabes qué? Vamos a tener que crear otro tema porque ya se fue el muchacho.
Perdón, sorry.
No problem.
No te preocupes.
All right, so who's next?
¿Quién sigue?
En edad, Grace.
Grace in age.
Yo. De México, que vendió New York a México.
Cool.
First, es del 2013 que salió a la venta.
In 2013, it was on sale then.
Es la primera colaboración para la selección mexicana.
Is the first collab for the national soccer team.
That's nice.
De fútbol, ¿verdad? Obviamente, la Federación Mexicana de Fútbol.
My favorite cap, mi gorra favorita. La pasada, sí. Es una gorra exclusiva a los 5 años de New York a México. Solo se le dio a gente que trabajaba.
People who work there only got this.
Es exclusiva para gente que trabaja. No salió a la venta tampoco. Tiene un forro de camusa. Es un poco diferente.
It also has a different lining.
El sticker es bordado.
This is a stitched on sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Y la serpiente representa el número 5 en el... Así que en la numeración azteca, el 5 va representado por una serpiente, que es lo que quiere representar esta gorra de 5 años de México.
And the snake is actually part of it represents the number 5 in the Aztec number line, if you will. So that's why they chose the snake for the 5 years anniversary of the store in Mexico.
That's badass. Cool. That's badass. Thank you for sharing.
Gracias por compartir.
Thank you. Now to the baby of the group, right?
Ahora el bebé del grupo, a ver.
Baby of the group. Let's see what he's got.
Igual, al igual que Gustavo Merino, esta de aquí, de los 12 guerreros, es una colaboración con 2345. Igual.
This is another collab like Gustavo's. It's a collab with 2345.
Esta viene autografiada con los miembros del equipo de los guerreros de la Liga Mexicana de Básquetbol.
And this one's actually signed by la Liga de los Guerreros, which is a basketball national team.
Nice.
Y esta.
And then this one.
Es igual México de la Serie del Caribe.
This is from la Serie del Caribe, which is the Caribbean league for the Mexico team.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask a question, because I'd like to know about, what they would or wouldn't wear. So right now, go ahead.
Una pregunta acerca de lo que sí traerían puestos o no traerían puestos. A ver, va a ser la pregunta. Go ahead.
So would they wear a pink underbrim?
¿Usarían o traerían una gorra que tuviera rosado en la parte baja de la gorra?
De hecho, yo tengo una de los Dodgers que dice edición Mother's Day.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I have a Dodgers one from the Mother's Day versions.
Oh, okay.
A ver, los demás, ¿sí o no?
Sí, sin problema. Sí. Tengo algunas gorras más exóticas que un underbrim rosa.
Una underbrim que dice México.
What about the big one that says Mexico?
That one.
That's awesome.
What's on the front of that hat?
¿Qué tiene la parte de enfrente?
Dice New Era.
That's nice.
Con tipografía de México 68.
And it comes from this 1968 graphics for de las Olimpiadas, ¿verdad? Olimpiadas del 68?
Yes.
Yeah, from the Olympics of 68. That was the print that they used for the Olympics in Mexico for 68.
That's awesome, man. So listen, so what's next for this group? I'd love for Miguel to tell us before we wrap up here. what's next for this group?
A ver, antes de que terminemos esta junta, Miguel Siock, le gustaría saber cuál es lo que sigue para este grupo, cuál es el siguiente paso ahora.
Yo creo que esa respuesta, bueno, por mi parte, en cuestión de diseños, vamos a seguir trabajando diseños para Clean Room. Y por suerte, gracias a esto, me han contactado equipos de universidades de allá de Estados Unidos para que les haga así logos de sus nuevos equipos.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I can only speak for myself, but we're going to move forward with Clink Room designs. And another thing that I wanted to share is that I guess some universities in the US have contacted him to design some logos for their sports teams.
Y bueno, ya un comentario más. Yo creo que esto para el comentario que tengamos a futuro, yo creo que entre mis compañeros Mike, Luis y Cres, pues no sé si quieran argumentar alguna otra cosa que tengan más para terminar esto, dado por terminado.
So he wants to quickly offer the mic to Mike, Gustavo, and Gres to see if they want to say anything for their group moving forward. Adelante. Gustavo.
Pues, mira, el proyecto de Crazy avanzó mejor de lo que esperábamos. Y pues esperemos convertirlo en algo más especial para todo el coleccionismo aquí en México.
So the Crazy for my caps actually took a big step, and we would like this to be something forward for the collection, for people who collect here in Mexico, something moving forward that will get bigger and bigger for Crazy for my caps.
Yeah, that sounds great. What
Sí,
else?
bien. ¿Algo más?
Gus.
Sí, de hecho, lo que tenemos pensado es hacerlo como una marca. Empezó el proyecto como información, como informativa, ya que aquí en México pues todavía no contamos con un hat club, con tiendas que venden ese tipo de colecciones que salen en Estados Unidos. Entonces nosotros lo hicimos como informativo y a futuro lo que queremos es hacerlo como una marca ya establecida, donde nosotros podamos vender gorras de nuestras propias ediciones, como un Just Fitted, así.
So we want to push our brand further. We started more as an info group. Our group was started more as an info group. We don't have that many retail stores here in Mexico other than the regular New Era, such as Hat Club. But our goal is to take it forward and perhaps do something like Just Fitted does in Europe. For us to have our own company here in Mexico, and not only further our brand, but also bring more information and bring our own designs here in Mexico.
Yeah, that all sounds great. What else?
¿Algo más, Gres?
¿Tres?
No? Okay.
Gres said enough.
Nada que decir.
Nothing else to say.
He said enough said. They said it well enough for all of us, right? So, listen, I want to.
Sí, porque los demás los dijeron todo perfecto, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Yes.
Exacto.
First of all, you know, Hayes, I really want to thank these guys for coming on, and I want to wish them the best of luck. And I really love anybody who's trying to push the game in their respective countries or areas. And you know, I think aspirationally, you know, for those listening, I think to try to do something like that for Mexico or Mexico City specifically would be outstanding. I mean, you know, that's anything that can grow the community across the globe would be something impressive and great to see. I mean, these guys obviously love their hats, and you know you've got a design genius here with Miguel, and this is something that I really love to see. This makes me happy to see this sort of movement and all that's going on. So I just want to make sure first that you know they understand how much I myself, Leon, and Jason appreciate them coming on, but also how excited I am to see what's next with them and what they do next.
Bueno, que nada, gracias por venir, muchachos. Dice que están emocionados de que se hayan presentado. Más que nada les da gusto que hayan aceptado la invitación y que estén aquí con nosotros. Una de las cosas que mencionó Pierre es que le encanta la visión que ustedes tienen, obviamente en la Ciudad de México, en el país de México, para atraer a los coleccionistas, especialmente en cuanto a las gorras en sus áreas locales. Pierre mencionó que a él le gusta la visión global que tenemos todos como coleccionistas, ¿verdad? Y que obviamente ustedes están haciendo algo especial en su ciudad, especialmente en la Ciudad de México. Una de las cosas que quiere darle las gracias especialmente a ustedes cuatro por presentarse y por compartir su visión con el grupo, con la internet, con el canal de ellos.
And Hayes, you're an impressive son of a bitch. Like, I mean, not only did you just translate what I said. I hope you translated it right, but I'm pretty sure you did. But I don't know how the hell you remembered all I just said. I thought you were just going to say the last.
I honestly summarized because you went on, bro.
Hey, you did a good job.
The message got across.
Yeah. Can you do me one last favor? Tell Babyface Mike Mack that I forgive him for calling me a fucking gringo and leaving the show early.
Mike Mack, Babyface, carita de bebé, dice que te perdona por haberle llamado gringo cuando te fuiste.
Guys, it was great having you guys. I want to let you guys get back to what it is you're doing. I can't wait to see what's next for you guys, and then we're gonna have you back on once you're a little further along your journey.
Dice que gracias por venir y que por presentarse en un día tan especial y que les gustaría tenerlos de invitados otra vez más en el futuro para ver cómo ha pasado a través de su jornada, cómo les ha ido en cuanto a sus diseños y su trabajo, su grupo.
Claro, será un placer para nosotros estar dentro de.
Of course, it will be a pleasure for us to be in the group in this channel again.
Yeah, next time you guys come on, I'll make sure Leon has his animal facts straight. He really fucked up tonight.
Y la próxima vez que vengan ustedes vamos a tener los hechos de los animales, los factores correctos, porque Leon se equivocó hoy.
Claro.
Of course.
All right. So goodbye, my friends. We're gonna let you guys go. And we're gonna wrap up. The four of us will wrap up and kind of talk what's coming next. Thanks, everybody.
Así que gracias a todos. Gracias por venir. Que tengan buena noche.
Igualmente, gracias por la invitación.
Thank you so much for the invitation. You as well.
Leon, nice pin. Great for my guts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Un saludo a nuestros amigos de Hat Nation MX que están
Gracias.
siguiendo la transmisión.
A quick hello to our Hat Nation people who are viewers who are watching us right now.
Yeah, quite a few of them.
Muchos de ellos. Arriba México.
All right, guys.
Viva México.
Viva México, desgraciados.
Eso es todo.
Viva México.
One by one, what Leon does is Leon picks them off one by one. Look at him. Look at Leon hitting the buttons. Alamo.
Alamo. All right. So, great show. That was cool. There's a lot of new faces in the comments, so that's awesome. We're reaching a new demographic. I don't know how we thought we were gonna do the show without Hayes. So at the last second,
No, there was no we in this. You thought we were gonna do this without somebody. So I was on the phone with my girlfriend earlier, and she's like, "You need a translator." I'm like, "Nah, I think we'll be okay." And then, once Mike Mack, babyface Mike Mack got on, I knew we were in for trouble if we didn't have Hayes. I just simply said, "Hey, man, how are you?" And he looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't really look. He wasn't really like.
No, he was texting somebody.
Yeah, he's probably like, "Where are you guys?"
He's like, "Guys, I'm in here with this idiot." He's like, "I'm in here with this idiot fucking white guy." And this guy wearing a hockey jersey. I need some help in here. These guys are like talking at me. I don't understand what they're saying.
So here's the thing. So Felix put up the idea. He's like, because I was like, we're having trouble finding anyone Mexican to do the Mexican Independence Day show, and it's a holiday. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yo, I know this guy. He's having, he really wants to get his designs out there for people in the U.S. He's already in the Clink room. I'm like,
yeah.
So I'm talking to him. Everything's fine. And then he's like, can I bring my Crazy for My Caps guys on? I'm like, okay, fine. No problem. We do that.
You know why you said it's fine, no problem, Leon? Because you're not the one fucking interviewing people.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're like, you know what, man? Let's just keep
trying to
going.
set you up to tell people.
But he was speaking perfect English.
I got to be honest with you, man. I loved this episode, and I'll tell you why. Because it was authentic and real.
Yeah.
So like these guys, like you can tell they're into it. And what I love, man, is they're trying to make something out of really nothing, right? They're trying to make something. They're trying to build something from scratch. And I can feel that it's going to work because they're into it, man. And I just like people, anybody who's just trying to make something happen. And they have they're trying to make something happen, man. And I love it, man. And it's stuff that we like. You know, it's hats.
They were showing some heaters. They were showing.
Dude, come on, man. They were showing shit that, like, you know, you pull that shit out in a hat battle, people are just walking away, man. Like, fuck this. I'm not even trying this shit.
Yeah.
When you got those underbrims were sick.
Yeah.
Those undervisors were sick.
Yeah. Yeah. And the bands with the sports and Olympic athlete only and fucking just
that was cool.
Whatever. Yeah.
Never seen anything like that.
But it ticked to me because he was like, yeah, no problem. My friend's gonna be on, whatever. And then he's like, oh well, our translator friend is not coming. So I'm like, wait a minute, you guys need a translator? I'm like, oh.
Then he showed up, right?
Yeah.
And then he realized that Hayes was a better option. And the guy, there's something about these dudes, they don't say goodbye.
No, hey, I'm out.
That dude just took off.
Well, he tried to come back in after when the show started, but after we figured out that we didn't need him, I was like, all right, wait.
Well, no, we did ask, is he part of the crew? And they're like, no, that's just some guy.
Yeah, but like as we went live, he came back, and I'm like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, listen, man.
Go ahead. Thank you so much. My 2 years of high school English or Spanish in Iowa would not have cut it. They didn't say biblioteca at all, so I wouldn't have known anything.
Or queso. That's
yeah.
Hey, man,
that was a good audible. That was a good audible. So, yeah, Hayes, thanks for saving the show. That would have been very, very fucking different without you, man.
I wonder what it would have looked. It would have looked a lot different. I mean, we would have had our other option for the show was going to be Leon was basically going to pull out an animal encyclopedia, and he was going to read different animal facts aloud for the viewers. So I'm not sure how good an episode that would have been, but listen, I really like this. This was fun. I think we've got Saturday. We've got a show coming up where we're going to do the weekend caps, right? And we're going to have, I think we're going to have a guest on. We're not going to announce it yet, but we're going to have a guest on with us because Leon, guys, is going on a nature hike. So Leon told us that he may make it, he may not, because he's going on a nature hike. So,
well, to be fair, he did say he is doing more research for the show, going deep into the wilderness to learn more about animals on his glamping trip, and so we appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Felix, so this might be a cultural thing. So you guys don't say I'm going to the cottage. You guys say I'm going to the cabin. Is that
what's
a thing?
A cottage? A cottage.
So you guys don't say cottage, really?
We don't have cottages here. We've cabins.
No, there's cottages.
There's cottages, yeah.
But they're like, aren't cottages like on the ocean or something? I don't know. What's a cottage?
I don't know.
Isn't a cottage like a? I don't know what that is.
I think there's synonyms.
So for us, we never say we're going to the cabin. We just say we're going to the cottage. So
we say we're going camping.
It's not camping though. It's like oh, you say glamping or camping?
Camping. You know, glamping is like when you're not really camping. Like, you know, you got a shower and shit. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, this is to the cabin, so whatever. But
here's what I don't say. I don't say I'm going camping ever because I don't do that shit.
No, that's like you're trying out homelessness.
Pretty much. I'm not doing that shit, man.
You're sampling homelessness, basically, is what you're doing. But yeah, so going to the cabin or going to the cottage. But I don't know. Canadians, they say cottage. So I learned that with Felix, and I'm reaffirming it now with my American friends right now. So
Leon, I am most impressed at the fact that you call this your friend. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, my good friends, my three amigos.
Well,
hey, he learned some Spanish.
There you go.
Look at him. He's been on the show. He's on the show now. He learned his Spanish. Look at him. He's so proud of himself too. So Leon, why don't you take us away?
Yeah. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, rate, review, do all that good stuff. We will be back on Saturday with This Week in Caps. I'm going to be a game time decision, so hopefully I will see you guys. Hopefully the internet up at the cottage is good. But in the meantime, stay fitted, and we'll catch you guys soon. We out.